What's up, Hayz baes, and welcome back to another tutorial. Today's beat is about to be so fire, so let's get into it. That was Lena showing y'all what body shimmer I had used on her. And do y'all see the camera quality? My girl fixed it. Thank you, Jesus. But to go ahead and cleanse her face, I'm going to start off by taking my Thayers wipes, and I'm just going to go ahead and just cleanse off her face from any residue or previous skincare that she may have used. I'm going to go ahead and take my Inky Dewy mist. Yeah, that's what it is right there. I just go ahead and always spray down my girls, get them prepped right. I go ahead and take my Anua serum. This is just going to add more hydration to the skin. Lena's skin type is dry, so I will not be using calamine this video. I'm going to go ahead and take my grippy primer from Maybeline and go ahead and just prime her face and get this base ready for the beat, okay? While I was doing her makeup, we were on live on TikTok. If you do not follow my TikTok, it's the same as my YouTube, but we do not gatekeep over on TikTok, okay? So as I'm fanning down her skincare, she's over here showing the products. So yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and laminate her brows with the NYX brow glue. Once you're done using any brow glue that you choose to use, make sure you're stamping those brows and setting those brows in place. You will not regret it. You just want to hold them down for about 2 seconds each, and then literally just like that with your thumb and stamp them babies down. For her foundation, I'm taking Maybeline Superstay in 330 and Valencia in Nars Radiance foundation. We want to go ahead and apply this foundation with tapping motions. We do not want to swipe unless we're swiping down the neck. And for my baddies doing their makeup from home, if you want your makeup to come out how you see makeup artist makeups come out, put the foundation on the back of your hand. This will warm up the product, and also again use tapping motions to give you more coverage. It's just a better technique than swiping your makeup away. Also, you want to go ahead and put more product than you normally use. I know a lot of people think that if they use a little bit less product, they won't quote unquote be cakey, but no, you will still not be cakey if you use more product. You're going to have more coverage. When it comes to brushes, I use them for placement, and then I go ahead and go in with my puff pad, and I just use that to blend out the foundation. When you're blending things out, you guys, you do not want to see any edges. You want the edges to be completely blended. And you know we're gonna go in with the Beyonce of blushes. I'm taking Blush Lily, and I'm gonna go ahead and place that on the high points of her cheeks to give that baby doll effect. I also go in with Made by Mitchell, the light pink blush. I think it's called like Milkshake or something like that, but that's the blush I go in with, and I'm gonna go ahead and place that right below her eyes to give it that faded blush look. Y'all, I swear this is the universal look up for a makeup artist, okay? Every time I can't stop doing that. I don't know why I do that. I just do it to everybody. But I'm gonna go ahead and take my puff pad again, and we're gonna blend out that blush, starting with the lightest shade first, and then going up into the darker shade, going up into her temple. Starting with the lighter shade first, because we want that to stay true to itself before mixing it in with the other pink. I mean, to be honest, we can stop right here. It looks so cute to me. I love a pink blush, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and take my cream bronzer from Black Opal. I'm just going to go ahead and bronze up the outer parts of her face, around her forehead, along her cheeks, and down her chin. So when it comes to bronzing, you guys, you don't want to go past the arch of your client's brows or your brow. You want to keep it a little bit further back and go up towards your ears. And then you just want to go ahead and again bronze up that chin and that neck, and then also bronze up your nose, keeping the color at the top and then dragging it down to fade out. When I say keeping the color at the top, you really just want to bring, like right there, you want to bring your bronzer into your brows and then drag it down. It just gives a softer contour effect for your nose, and it won't make it so harsh. For concealer, I'm taking my Born This Way Too Faced concealer in the shade Snow as her first shade, and then the bright shade that I'm going to use under her eyes is going to be Cloud. When it comes to concealer, you guys, I've learned that less is really more in this case. So I used to bring the concealer all the way from the corner of her eye to the outer parts of their eyes, but I stopped doing that. I just keep it alongside the nose, bringing it down, connecting it to the upper lip, and then creating a line at the end just to give it a sharp effect. And always remember to take some setting spray to melt down your concealer. This will just help your concealer blend out even more. It's gonna be like butter. I promise you, it's gonna be like butter. The setting spray that I used was the Milani Make It Last. I go back in with my puff pad and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out all of her concealer. Again, we do not want any harsh lines. You want to blend it all the way out. You don't want to see where something starts and where something ends. So always remember that as you're blending things out, you want it to marry each other. You want it to become one. When it comes to blending out the concealer under the eyes, you want to start at the edges first. You do not want to start in the center or in like the inner corner, because what happens is with creams, you guys, they spread. So you want to get control of the edges, and then you're going to use tapping motions just to press that concealer in the center down. So it's going to give you even more full coverage. Your placement is key. So you want full control of how your makeup is going to look. So how you place down your concealer, you're basically saying like, this is how I want her face to be highlighted. So if that's the case, and because we're confident in our placement, all we're really doing right now is just pressing that product into the skin, keeping it exactly where we want it to be, and having full control of how the look is going to turn out. Again, for her brighter concealer, I'm going in with Cloud by Born This Way Too Faced. By Too Faced, Born This Way. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So always remember too, when it comes to blending things out, keep a paper towel nearby, because I'm always wiping my puff pad on a paper towel just to get off any excess product. The less product on your tools that you're using, the better the blend will be. Back in with Blush Lily just to add more pigment back to her cheeks. Y'all, I don't know what it was about this day, but Lena was just finding everything funny. Like, girl, mind you, she is a makeup artist, y'all. She is a makeup artist too. I'm like, girl, can you just sit here and look pretty while I just paint your face? Like, what is going on? My girl could not stop laughing. It was stressing me out. Sit still, ma'am. Okay, and then to set her face, I'm going to go ahead and take my Huda Beauty birthday ube cake, and I'm just going to go ahead and place that right under her eyes. It was not as light as I wanted it to, so I did add translucent powder on top by Mercia, and I went ahead and just added the translucent right under her eyes because I wanted it to be like a very soft pink. Y'all know who has a really good soft pink setting powder is Kimchi. I love their setting powder. I don't know why I didn't use that one, but it just is, it's not as deep of a pink as the Huda Beauty ube cake. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that translucent powder, and y'all know the drill. We're gonna go ahead and place that all over the areas where we place down concealer. Then taking my big powder brush, we're gonna go ahead and take that same translucent powder, and we're patting it all over her face. We do not want to see any cream products. We want everything at this point to be matted down, okay? And we put translucent down as a barrier for the powder products because we do not want our powder products to skip. So now I'm taking my Juvias Place Tan palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and bronze her up. Just want to place your bronzer in the same areas that you placed your cream bronzers and with the same technique. So how I said earlier, we want to keep the color at the top of the nose and then have it fade out. We're going to do that same technique with the powder products as far as like the bronzer and everything. So because I wanted this to be a very soft blushy look, I did not go in with a powder blush. I'm now just going to go ahead and bake her. I'm using Sugar Cookie by Huda Beauty, and I'm going to go ahead and just snatch up her face right under her eyes, and then I'm going to go ahead and snatch her jawline as well. And while I let this sit, we're going to go ahead and move on to her eyes. So while I do the eyes and the lips, they're baking. Right here, I'm just dusting away the excess powders. Remember, placement is key. So however you want your bake to look, make sure you just make it look like that, okay? So I want her bright areas to be under her eyes and alongside her jawline. I then go in with my Made by Mitchell pomade palette in the Color Case palette. I'm taking that taupe brown shade, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just really follow along her natural brow shape. Always remember, when it comes to brows, you want to start at the front of your brow, at the bottom. When you go to the top of your brow, you want to start right there, behind the front of your brow, to give it a more natural look. And then when you go back to the front, you're just going to do that. You're going to do brow strokes that go up. And then you're going to go ahead and clean your brows up with the same concealer that you used the first time. So the darker concealer shade, which is Snow for Lena, I'm just going to go ahead and take that and clean her brows up, and also use this as an eyeshadow primer, bringing it all the way down to her eyelids. And then again, I'm going to do the same exact thing for the other side. Once you blend out the concealer, you want to go ahead and set it with a setting powder. You want to set not only your eyes with a setting powder, but your eyebrows as well. This will just help keep everything in place. Using my Patrick Ta shadow, we're going to go ahead and go in with the first light shade in the palette that's right next to the nude one. That one right there, we're going to place that in her crease as a transition shade. I want this eye look to be very light and just soft, so I don't want to get too deep with the colors. For the crease shade, I'm taking that third light shade right there that is circled, and I'm going to go ahead and just put that in the crease of her eyes. Always remember to keep a light hand when it comes to blending out your shadows. To open up her eyes, I'm going to go ahead and take this white shade right here, and I'm going to place that in the corner of her eyes just before we put down the shimmer. The shimmer that I'm using is from the Silver Morphe palette, that one right there at the top. I'm going to go ahead and just place that on her lid. And then I also go on top with Space Boy Cowboy by Urban Decay just to give it a little bit more sparkle. I'm taking my Milani matte liquid eyeliner, and I'm just gonna go ahead and keep the wing very, very small. I literally want the babiest of baby wings, you guys, just to keep this look super soft like I want it. I feel like it just gives luxury, to be honest, because all we're really doing is just enhancing her features but still keeping her looking like herself. To do the inner corner, you want your client to look up and look the opposite way of the eye that you're gonna do, and you just want to create a little pizza and then connect the top to the bottom. To do an inner wing, you guys, y'all just need to take your time and do very small and slow strokes, because once you clean it up with the concealer, it's gonna elongate the liner anyway. So you really don't want to go to the point of the liner where you want it to be. You kind of want to stop beforehand so that it'll end up looking like this. and this is after I clean up the liner. Going back in with the shade from the Patrick Ta palette that we used the second time, I'm going to go ahead and bring that along the bottom of her eyes, and then I go ahead and I just take the darker shade that we used, and I'm going to go ahead and just tight line her eyes. I want it as close to her waterline as possible. Same palette going in with that black shade, I'm just going to go ahead and smoke out her liner just a little bit, literally just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and place the black inglot liner on her waterline just to give it that sultry effect that we are needing it to have. Once I'm done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pop on her lashes. The lashes are from Kiss, y'all. I do not know the number. Please forgive me. But I'm going to go ahead and line her lips with Morphe Makeup Talk. And then I go back in just to darken it a little bit with Sweet Tea by Morphe as well. For her liquid lip, I'm going to go ahead and use the Charlotte Tilbury liquid lip in the shade Pillow Talk. And I'm going to put that right in the centers of her lips. Make sure to always pop your lips or have the client pop their lips as well, just to help you blend everything out. And then I go ahead and I take my Revolution gloss in the shade Pink Nude, and I'm going to go ahead and just place that in the center right there to give it that glossy effect. Wiping away her bake, I'm taking my Sephora press powder. For Lena, she's the shade 35, and I'm just going to go ahead and wipe away all that bake. I do press the press powder all over her skin as well, just to make sure that everything has a very seamless blend. To set her makeup, I'm going in with the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and then to seal her, I'm going in with the Revolution pink bottle spray. Y'all, when it comes to makeup, it's the small details that truly make the biggest difference. So once I go ahead and dry down the setting spray, I then take my white eyeshadow and I'm going to go ahead and place that right in the center of her inner eyes, right in the inner corner, I'm sorry, just to brighten up her eyes just a little bit more. Look at that, y'all. Like, look at this side compared to the other side. It's a small detail, but it truly makes the biggest difference, baby. It is giving filter, okay? I then take my Fenty highlighter and I'm going to go ahead and just place that on the high points of her cheeks as well as her nose. And you know we had to add some moles, okay? One thing about Lena, she swears if you add a mole, you have to add 3 moles. So I'm like, you know what, girl? Okay. You could have your way. I'll add 3 moles for you. She's like, it's not cute unless it's 3 moles. I'm like, here you go, Bookie. And I fear she was right. Y'all, this is too cute. I love this look down. Taking my light mineralized powder by MAC Cosmetics, I'm going to go ahead and just place this in the areas where we concealed and baked, basically. The brightened areas is where I'm going to place this. You don't want too much. You literally just want a little bit of this. And boom, y'all, it makes the biggest difference. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's really the little details that just complete the look. Okay, so be honest, did we eat down? I really fear we ate down, y'all. This is the finished look. I really hope y'all love it. I hope y'all recreate this look. I really hope y'all learned something new. That is really my goal for this channel, is just to help artists and just the girlies learn how to do some makeup, okay? So this is the finished look. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok as well and Instagram. Both are Hayz Beauty, the same way as my YouTube. And yes, y'all, I know I love this look, but I think Lena loved this look down. My girl wanted to eat her phone, okay? It looks so good. All right, well, I will see y'all in the next tutorial. I love y'all so much, and make sure y'all subscribe and turn them notifications on, baby, because we are being consistent with the looks, okay? Bye, y'all. See you in the next tutorial.